Hello everybody. Welcome to the first of my Monday night streams. Today we're going to be playing some Netrunner, and it looks like there's actually a couple people watching already, which is awesome. We're playing some Netrunner on Jinteki.net, the best and only online Netrunner resource I know how to use. And we're going to be trying out some Cache Refresh decks because I'll be playing in a Cache Refresh tournament in a couple of weeks, and my friend who I'm going to be playing with, Kyle, may be joining us later to practice with us, although he says he still has to build some decks. I built 5 the other day. A couple of runners and 3 corporations, and I'm trying to figure out what I should bring. I think right now, at the beginning, I'm going to be testing out this kit deck, which I think is pretty fun. It uses Inversificator, which is just a sweet decoder. It's expensive, it's 6 credits, but I think it's my favorite decoder in the game, mostly because basically every time you run, you can just swap out a piece of ice. And you can do that with Kit in order to make basically use Kit's ability to make any ice you encounter a code gate. And then if there's 2 pieces of ice, you just swap it with the one behind it after you break it, and then you encounter it again, and it's still a code gate. But the coolest thing is it just creates a tax for the corporation where you can just swap ice for other ice that they haven't rezzed, and the next time you run that server they have to res that ice, the new piece of ice that's in front of it, and it's a lot of fun. Everything else is basically money. Let's see here. Citadel Sanctuary for meat protection along with Aaron. Beth is awesome. Blue Moose is awesome. Daily Cast. Maker's Eye is going to be our main multi-access, although we also have the Gauntlet, so they have to protect both HQ and R&D while we're taxing them. What else I have in here? Deuce's Wild suddenly becomes really viable in Cache Refresh because the card pool is limited and it can do a lot of really cool things. So I've been throwing those in my runner decks. And then of course we've got Magnum Opus. Equivocation is also a really sweet card for multi-access. So this is the deck I'm going to try out at first. I also have a Los deck, which is basically just good criminal stuff. And then on the Corp side, I have just some really mean decks here. I have Scorpios with Snare, because I had Influence. It's the barrier version of Scorpio, so basically you just spend the whole game trying to knock out all their barrier breakers, and then once they're gone, they can't get past. Oh, there's a cat in the background. Bring the cat back. Oh, that's Amina. No, they can't see her yet. Oh, now they see her. There's Amber and the kitty. I don't think they care about Netrunner at all. But they're there. Let's see here. Is anyone actually watching me? That's a good thing to find out. I got 1 person on YouTube. Oh, and 2 on Twitch. Look at that. 3 whole people. Hello, people. Anyway, I got Scorpios, which is just mean. Sync, which is troublesome because we can only put 2 breaking news into a Cache Refresh deck, but it's still really, really strong. Got some Boom in there. Bias Reporting, which is a new card that NBN just got, which is really fun econ. And all the stuff you would expect in Sync. And then, of course, a Fast Advance Estelle Moon stupid HB deck that has been killing everywhere. I don't know how good it is in Cache Refresh, but let's try to play some games with Kit, because I've been really liking this deck. Runner. Make sure they know they're on stream. And we'll wait for an opponent here. Hopefully Kyle will show up in a bit. And that way I'll know I'll have an opponent. He says he still needed to make some decks, but if he's that busy, I'll just send him some of my decks. But we got someone. Sweet. against PE, which is going to be annoying. So that's just going to net damage me down, which means I'll want to get things out early. Equivocation on turn 1 is actually... Equivocation is actually really good on PE. Equivocation on Beth. Beth can give us some money. I think I'll keep this, actually, even though there's no Mopus and no Breaker. Because they're probably not going to ice very much. It's probably going to be a shell game, because it's PE out of Cache Refresh. So it means they're going to be running Nisei. Well, I mean, I'm sure they're going to be running Obokata. Does that mean they're running Nisei? What else would they be running? House of Knives for sure. I'm not sure. It depends on how they're going to do it. Of course, since it's Cache Refresh, they might not be running shell game. They could just be using PE in some kind of rushy or glacier build, which is maybe what they're doing here. Now, I don't have any specific net damage protection except for a single levy, so the levy should hold me over unless I do something really stupid. Let's get cards, and perfect, we got modded into Mopus, which is great money, and Wolfbeth. That's a pretty good start. Aaron is also going to be really important here, because if we run... it allows us basically to do Maker's Eye runs, because normally you wouldn't want to do that against PE, but with Aaron, if you have some counters on there, you can just draw up to like 9 cards in hand before you hit R&D on a Maker's Eye run. And then even if you hit Obokata and like a snare, you're still not going to die. So I think I have a pretty good matchup here. Especially since, oh, it's even better when they give me money. Cool. And a 5th click. Thank you. Yeah, so they must be running something Glacier with, if they're pulling out medical research fundraiser. They need money, which means they're going to be on big code gates, which I am fine with. Let's draw some more cards. Blue Moose is great. So let's just get our money up, because they're not putting a ton of pressure on. Although I would like to get an Adversificator out. Money. Let's just get Blue Moose and Equivocation out just to scare them a bit. We have our money engine going. We just need a breaker. Or now some C. Hopefully we get the Inversificator so I don't have to trash something. Unless we draw into the gauntlet. The fun thing about Kit is that if they are running a Glacier build, I'm just going to advance this. I bet it's... He's playing the Junebug game. No? That's a Nisei. Okay. Well, we can't go for that, but we can get loads of money. And our 3rd diesel. Great. There's an SMC with no gauntlet, but we drew another Equivocation. Installing that other Equivocation was a bad move. Let's install that, drop that out, and let's just money up so we can trash Beth and then Blue Moose here. Blue Moose is such a good card. It's probably going to get put on the most wanted list. He's going to score out the Nisei. So he's probably got... Oh, it's a House of Knives. Interesting. Is he now going to try to rush out another? Why would he single advance that? Yeah, maybe he is rushing. So Blue Moose that. Ideally, we want to be Blue Moosing resources because we're actually probably going to levy in this game. And so getting our good events A second time is always a good thing. There's our gauntlet. See, I'm assuming that's a second house of knives, but I don't think I can get in. Oh, we lost our equivocation, which is annoying. Let's just keep prepping. I'll let him score the other house of knives. Let's get Aaron out. That'll help us recover a bit faster. Hey, we got 4 people watching now. Hello, everyone. If you don't know how Netrunner plays, they're trying to score these agendas, which he is scoring right. No, he advanced it and did not score anything. Which means that's either a June bug, which will kill me. Although, why would he... It's got to be an Obokata. That's annoying. Which will kill me right now unless I draw up. Let's take out the equivocation. So we have a Maker's Eye. I kind of want him to score... Oh, sweet, there's our inversificator. Okay, here we go. Let's do one more turn of prepping. Oh, I only have... Dang it, that was dumb. I only have 2 of those equivocations in the deck. I thought I had 3 for some reason. Nope, only 2. Well, that was dumb of me. That's wasted 2 credits. Let's credit up. I'd like to get those errand counters for free draws. Unfortunately, he might hit my Maker's Eye. I probably should have dropped the same old thing. It could go either way. That's a fetal. Okay. And it hits my personal touch, which is just about perfect. Now he's putting another ice, but he's only at 5 credits, so here's where the tax is going to come into play. Let's get rid of the modded. Let's use Aaron to help us draw. So on a Maker's Eye, worst case scenarios, like a fetal snare probably. So I want to have 5 cards. 1, 2. Let's go for it. He house denies me. I forgot about that. He does not res. He's not res. He's daring me to go in. Okay. Or those are just 2 huge pieces of ice. Money. Mushin. Neural. He's going full kill here. Let's draw it. Deuce's Wild is nice because now I can see what kind of ice he has behind there. Can also start running HQ because he needs money and he has an IPO, but he can't play the IPO until he's at 8 credits. So even if he clicks up now, he can't res any ice next turn. So he's at money problems, which is exactly where we want people to be. And I'm more or less set up, although I would like to find my levy to bring back the equivocation. And he gives me more money. Great. Let's draw some cards and check out what's on HQ. Kakugo. That's annoying. We'll force him to res it though. He's going to beam me for 2. And he does not res it. Which means he probably doesn't have an agenda in hand. Let's... Probably don't need the daily casts, but I want to get the same old things out. So let's draw up. Get those out. Because I'm not going to need a whole bunch of money, I think. He's probably got Kikugos. Those are going to be 4 to get... No, 3 to get through, which isn't bad. 3 in a card. DNA trackers, 7, which is annoying, but I can move it out of the way. And he's... Man, Sweeps Week. Huh. Well, first of all, this is not a Cache Refresh deck he's playing, because Sweeps Week is not legal in Cache Refresh. So that's annoying. My Maker's Eye, he's going to beam me down to 3. I don't want that. Let's stay at 5. Best case. Or 4. It's still okay. He's running Feudals and House of Knives. He's got to have agendas somewhere. Data Loop. That's annoying. Must add 2 cards from his or her grip to the top of the stack. Let's put that there. That's actually pretty good in PE. I just need to break 1 subroutine. Then let's swap this for something there. And this is how we tax them. Gillihan's our... Oh, he's... Okay. I don't think I can Aaron before the next encounter. And that's the snare. Great. Oh, PE. That's really annoying. Actually, can I? Ryan. Can't do that? Okay.
There's no payability window between excesses.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But he was cheating anyway. I don't think there's any way to get sweeps. What pack was that in? True Colors. Nope. That is not Cache Refresh legal.
You have the moral high ground.
Yes, clearly I didn't just play that poorly. Let's try it again. Because I do like this kit deck, and I think... I don't know, I haven't really tried the Los one very much, but the kit deck I really like. I like Magnum Opus too much. It's my crutch. It's like my safety blanket I always throw in my Netrunner decks, even the Anarch deck I played at the last regionals had Magnum Opus in it. It was this frantic coding deck with Cipher. The idea is that you'd use frantic coding to find Magnum Opus, and then use your deja vus to bring things back, like Parasites or Cipher, and then just blue moose everything. Because one of the most annoying parts of blue moose is that you need, for it to be effective in the early game, you need cards to be in your bin, and frantic coding does a really good job of that. It didn't do very well, though. This deck is the other one I took the regionals, and it did quite well. Although I should switch that to a Whoredom. I do not need that Enigma in there. Let's change that to a Whoredom. And I kind of want a third macrophage. Or no, third mausolus. Actually, probably would rather have 3 mausoluses. Let's change that. 2.4. Otherwise, I really like the deck. And hopefully we've got people who want to play Cache Refresh, or else I'll try playing one of these. This is the other deck. I can't remember who made it. One of the big deck creators basically made it. I might have modified it a bit. That I've been playing around with. It's just super fun. Aesop's Pawn Shop deck, where you use Reaver to get draw. You use you're just trashing things all over the place, and then you just blue moose the things until you. The idea is that you have the levy in there, so you're just constantly, because it's Haley, just constantly installing things, and then trashing them if you don't really need them, and if you really don't need them, just blue moose them. So for instance, you know, any card you install that you don't really need, like, look at like cash, right? You pay 1, you get 3 credits off of it, so you're already gaining 2 credits. Then you get 3 credits from Aesop's, and then you get another 2 credits from Blue Moose. So whereas a normal person would gain 2 credits from a cache, I'm gaining 7 credits from it. So it's just a really stupidly good draw engine, and then you use Daredevil to help you with your draw, and you use Haley's ability to install things really quickly, to just install everything on Earth. So that's super fun. Although it's a really weird rhythm to it that I'm not used to. Well, no one's going to jump on the Cache Refresh game. I might. Let's try to get on that game. And play some Titan. Except I didn't update the deck. Oh well. Against Max. Well, we like Atlas in hand, but not 2 and a GFI. And no Chrysium Grid, which is what I want. So let's mulligan that out. We got the Chrysium Grid. We have Ice. That's a decent start. And we've got Jackson. So let's protect HQ, because I'm sure they're siphoning. And we'll put a scary looking macrophage, although I doubt they're on viruses. If it's Max, it's probably on Keyhole, or yeah, there's Keyhole. Okay, well, now we know what that is. Siphon Keyhole. There's a ton of money in this deck, so hopefully we can draw into money, or at least Jackson into it. That's really good for Max's ability. Good for me, at least. I don't think Max liked losing money and a Keyhole. I think I've played this person before. They're quite good. Now, I could put that Enigma on Archives. Screw it, why not? Lost more money and the same old thing, which is what I like to see. Let's see if they poke the Enigma. Yep, they do. Beautiful. And there's no Black Orchestra there. And a Scrubber. Well, that's interesting. So my key is going to be rushing out really fast here. Unfortunately, I have 2 GFIs in hand. Let's just get money. So that macrophage isn't going to hold me for long. Lost the retrieval run, which is good. Hacktivist I don't care about. That's vanilla. I can't get through. But my binary ice isn't going to last too long. Blue moose in the bin. I like that. Oh no, sorry, that's an inject. Blue moose in hand. Discards Black Orchestra. An arc lockdown would be really good to draw into. Nope. There's no paperclip. There is. Let's get the. Whoredom's not that good against Black Orchestra. But it's the best we've got for actual ice that can stop them, because I don't think macrophage is going to do anything. I mostly use it for the psychological effect of just having ice in front of R&D.
Yes, as of Friday, we go.
Blue moose kills itself. Let's res that. That's going to cost a lot of money to get through.
They must break like 3 accounts a week or something.
None of them are programmers. Like they can't fix no problems.
Nope. Kyle's not going to be able to join tonight, is what he is texting me. He won't be able to play. That's sad. Maybe Orion will play with us in a bit. Although I think he's programming. You did not install Black Orchestra. Oh. I gotta gain my 1. Whoops. I was not paying attention there. Well, we have ice and GFIs. I would really like... There's a Mausolus. I will not need 2 archers. The best thing about Mausolus is that it drives Black Orchestra absolutely crazy. It's such an annoying ice to get through with Black Orchestra. Max with turntable, that's probably what they're using against NBN decks. Start swapping agendas around. There's the paperclip. Well, we have Audacity. We need Jackson, though. This is not looking good. We'll money up, though. I would love a Jackson. Or fast track. Would be nice. Because they're set up with breakers. They just need money. The Blue Moose is doing well for them. That's going to be annoying. Fire all subroutines, gain 1, do 1 damage, deja vu, sweet, and a tag. And they're paper clipping through, and they're going to hit the Crisium. Which means they're probably going to start going tag me unless they're being really careful. Which is good for me because I have a secret boom in here. And that would be awesome to draw. Although I'd really like to... Oh, no, they're clearing the tag. That's good. More money. Let's throw that on HQ so it looks like a Crisium grid. Which is just going to waste their money. Because now they're going to be afraid to siphon. the psychological games. There's the eater. I might just want to advance this. Oh, he's going to use it to get through, to get his Temujin money, so that reeks of desperation. Now the question is, I could score this Atlas, but it's going to put 2 GFIs in the bin, and he probably knows that. It might be worth it, although I'd really like to find one of my other Jacksons. Let's play conservatively. That's usually my... There's a hostile. Which means I probably want to throw one of the GFIs in the bin anyway. That was probably the wrong move, but I can score hostile now and enable Archer, which is going to be a pain in the butt. But I love Archer. What a great piece of ice up there. Even with Eater, that's going to be a real pain to get to. Have I even seen account siphons? There's no influence here. There's got to be account siphons. And he does not access the GFI. There's Jackson. Perfect. So I'll score the hostile now. He's getting suckers. Let's just score. The problem is they got scrub out, so I can't just stick Jackson out there. I've got to use Jackson. Well, I'll use Jackson to pull the 1 GFI back and then just leave the other one there. He probably doesn't really want to pull Black Orchestra out, partially for memory reasons and partially for money reasons. Although now he's going to be dripping 4 a turn, so his money's decent. But he's playing pretty conservatively for Max. Or she. Which is interesting. Maybe all the siphons are just at the bottom. There's only 4 cards left on the deck. Oh wait, what am I thinking? They have Temujin. They don't have siphon. Oh. Or they're splitting it between Temujin and siphon? There's 2 Temujin. That's 6 influence out of 15. Okay, using Eater. Yeah, he's got to actually use Eater so he doesn't access. Temujin Max with turntable. Where's the rest of the influence on? Is there like 1 siphon? There's Boom. That's nice. Rumor mill, maybe. I gotta watch out for that. Ooh. That's Biotic Labor. Huh. So I have 2 cards I can cycle through. One will be the GFI. One will be Archer, I suppose. There's not a whole lot of trouble coming up. I guess once they start... Yeah, let's do that. Huh. Again, probably too conservative, but I do have a lot more good code gates in there. And we'll pull back the other Jackson. Come on. There we go. Now we have a decent hand here because we can score the hostile, then we can score the atlas, then we can audacity into the other atlas, and then we just need to find one more fast advance tool to win. 1, 2, 3, 4 turns hopefully. Well, this person's just getting money, so I like that. Running Parasite, so I'm gonna sucker that down next turn. But I can pop the CVS, which is gonna drive them absolutely insane because they think that's a Chrysium. I'm gonna purge virus counters. What are they gonna break? Give me my money? I broke all 3. Well, that was fun. Again, the mind games are very, very fun. Okay, let's score. Let's just score the hostile first. And now hopefully we can just score an agenda every single turn until we win. Again, I don't think I played this well, but I think my opponent is also playing far too conservatively because they have tons of money and Blue Moose, and I don't know what they're waiting for. I mean, I suppose they're trying to find Keyhole. There's already one in the bin, so the other one has to be in hand. Was it that last card? No, it wasn't. Last card was Eater. I don't know what kind of deck they're playing here. Why haven't they installed Keyhole? I should not be in a good position against Max when they've already gone through their whole deck. I should have either won the game by now or be tremendously losing. But I'll take it. Deja Vuing Parasite to put on Vanilla. Oh, they got 2 parasites. They got 1 MU left, and they're just gonna take out the code gates. Then they're just gonna eat her everything, I suppose, but really slowly. Huh. Double parasite. Now they have MU problems, so they trash Paperclip. They really want to parasite this thing. And now they levy. So they only have the 1 Keyhole? I'm very confused about this deck. They can't clot. I don't think they even have clot. Let's start the Atlas train. Score that Atlas. We have the Audacity in hand that we can pull the Atlas with this Atlas, score it out with Audacity, and then we have 1 Atlas counter, and we just need to find 1 more fast advance piece or the other Atlas. So pretty good odds. I have 5 fast advance pieces in here. We see 1, 2 of them. There are 3 left, so 1 out of 8 chance of getting 1 of those. And there are 2 Atlases. Hopefully we don't draw 1 here. That would be... oh no, that would be fine. Then we win the game in 2 turns. So I really don't care about these parasites because I'm going to win so fast. Well, there's Arc Lock. Oh, they levied. Arc Lockdown doesn't do anything. Yeah, I don't care about these cards. Let's pull Atlas, Project Atlas. Install it before playing Audacity. That's important to do. Score that out. All right, now I just need to find a Biotic Labor or another Audacity. Apologies if there's some background noise right now. They're going to try to watch TV in the room over, so hopefully that isn't too loud. Wow, it says we got 4 people on YouTube watching. Hello, people. Hope you're enjoying the stream. And okay, now they're just going to get into R&D. Good for you. Actually, what am I doing? I don't need anything. I'm winning next turn because all I need is another hostile. We'll pull off the 3 hostile takeover win. This guy's just floundering. I don't know what this guy was doing. Why didn't he deja vu his keyhole like way earlier in the game and just start going to town? He swaps it for the Atlas. That's clever. So now I can't get the hostile, so that actually saves him quite a bit. Now I just need to find the hostile. Well, I wish that was it. Draw. Draw. There's the Atlas. And there's Jackson. Great. So Jackson will help us draw into what we need, which is probably more ice on R&D. Max just trashed 2 deja vus. That's fortunate for me. What else do they have in here? Both the parasites are in there. They got a paper clip. Another sucker. Okay. A sapper would be really good because they don't have MK Ultra in the bin anymore. Although there's already 1 sapper in here. Yeah, right there. So only 1 left in R&D. Are they going to be deja vu? Okay, now they're just going to be hitting HQ. That's frustrating. And they're vamping me. Huh. Okay. Well, now I'm in a not so ideal position all of a sudden. Maybe I should not have been wondering about the skills of my opponent as much, although they got Jackson. That's annoying. I still just need to draw the hostile. Wow, they sniped Atlas too. Now they're going to swap that for a hostile. Oh, no. No, they're not. Never mind. I don't know what I'm thinking. So that's good to bait R&D with. Let's get credits now. It's going to be trashing the Mausolus. Or the Hordem, rather. I can friends back the Jackson. I can friends back the CVS, although I probably am too poor for that. And I can't res this. Are they pulling out Keyhole now? If they get the hostile takeover, I am in a very bad spot. Now let's hope they hit Sapper. Although I don't know what I would trash with Sapper. Probably the sucker. Are they going to float the tag? Oh no, they've seen the boom. No, they haven't seen the boom. They're just crediting up for another vamp with same old thing, which will hold me down. Fortunately, 2 credits is all I need. We know that's not a hostile. MK Ultra's still not in the bin. That's... I don't need this anymore. Oh! This has suddenly turned into a losing game, even though I'm at 6 points. There's Keyhole gone, and both their deja vus, 2 deja vus, they have 1. And I think they only had 1 retrieval run, which is also in the bin. So I think they only have 1 deja vu actually to get Keyhole, which is clearly what they want. Do they know? They don't know there's a GFI in the bin. They need to be playing very aggressive right now because I am somewhat stuck. And they need to keep an R&D lock on me. So, yeah, there we go. So they know what I'm drawing into. I need to find another Mausolus and some money. Come on, hit the sapper. Yeah. Sweet. Oh, they can just break it with Eater. Oh, sapper doesn't do anything for me. In hand, at least. Vamping me down. I don't understand this vamp. I guess they assume they can go tag me just because they don't know there's a boom. This is why I put the boom in. I shouldn't be doing that. I should just be getting money. Vanillas are useless to me. Well, now I really wish I had an archive memories. I don't do it. I don't think I put one in. Because I don't have any more Atlas counters. Where's the... Oh, it's right here. No, I put the arc lock down instead of archive memories. The Mausolus really isn't worth it to res, even if I could. That's a GFI, that's okay, unless they decide to hit archives. No, they're going to stay on R&D. That's smart, so they can see the top one. Is that the hostile? No. That's my other Jackson. Great. No more Jacksons. I think I'm going to lose this one. There it is. There's one in the bin, too. Say GG. There's the hostile. There's 2 audacities down there. Well, I played too conservatively, and it burned me. Let's see if we can get a cache refresh. I really want to play that kit deck. Although I should try to do something else. Comment if there's any one of these decks you would like to see me try out. Either anything there on that screen. And I'll try it out. I think after Kit, I'm going to try some HB, because I'm not great on moon decks. I haven't played one in competitive ever, because they annoy me when I play against them. But the Cache Refresh one looks interesting, at least this version that I built. I think it's pretty interesting. Ice is kind of expensive, but ideally I'll just be cycling through so much money. Yeah, we'll see. I have not played a single round with that, so I'll probably go to that next, unless I see something in the comments saying they want to see something else. So any of these decks, not the Ag Infusion. My Frantic Coding deck, the Haley deck, or any of these Cache Refresh decks. Or comment if you have any questions. I don't even know if the people watching are familiar with Netrunner. Presumably they are. But if you have any questions, let me know, because I think it would be awesome if someone was new to the game and thought this looked interesting but didn't quite know what was going on. There's someone learning to play. Maybe we could help them out. What other decks do I have in here? I have a kill deck. There's a Scorpio. When did I build that? That's a horrible deck. That's no good. Why do I even have that in there? Let's get rid of that. Here's the kit deck I was playing with in, not outside of Cache Refresh, in competitive. So I based my Cache Refresh one kind of off of this. But I think honestly, relative to the field, I think the Cache Refresh one's much stronger, because this one there's a lot of like Film Critic and stuff that waters down the deck, just because there's a wider range of corp decks to go against. Whereas this one is a lot more focused, I think, on the plan. We'll give it another minute, see if anyone wants to play some Cache Refresh. Some people waiting for games in the competitive lobby. See if anyone's wondering anything here in the chat. I'm open for any suggestions about decks if you want to see anything in particular. What's another corp I could try out? A Titan one is fine, but there's Polana Sandberg. That's no good. Oh, here's my CTM deck. I almost brought this instead of the Titan deck, but the Titan deck was definitely the right call at regionals because it went completely undefeated. It was my runner that let me down a bit. Maybe I'll try this old CTM one. Make sure I have the most recent version here on Jinteki. Oops. I just changed the name to the entire. There. Now we found someone. Ooh, sync. This should be fun. So the key is going to be money, which is good because that's what I've got in hand here with Beth, Magnum Opus, and Deuces Wild. Someone new to sync. That's fun. So I'll probably start with the Deuces Wild just to get money and credits, go into the Mopus. I'll probably just setup with these 2 cards, especially since he's at 9 credits, so Beth is going to do something for me. He's icing 8 R&D. I don't have any HQ pressure other than the gauntlets, so if he keeps HQ bare, that's probably a decent move for him. But he's going with the standard opening. Let's get cards and credits. We got a Maker's Eye, we got a Citadel Sanctuary, which is very nice actually. So that'll help me with tagging a bit. Plus, it will help me against boom. But he's not going to be able to boom me yet, so let's get our favorite person, Beth Kilrain Chang. I love this card. This is definitely one of my favorite cards in recent Netrunner, just because it's completely shaper. It's generally useful in every situation, and it's just solid. Drew a card, put one in a server. Traditionally, Sync will not be running any assets except for Jackson, but if this is Cache Refresh, there is no Jackson. So I don't know if it's a normal Sync or if it's some other weird variant. I can only expose Ice. Yeah, Ice with Deuces Wild. I'm scared of what that might be. News Team? I don't think News Team is legal. Let's just keep getting cards and money. And then get ready for that SMC. The problem is if I get SMC into a versificator, that's 8 just to install the... Oh, no. Is that a quantum predictive? Wow. That's a bold move. Okay. Huh. You'd think they put a Data Raven in front of that. See if we can draw... Oh, good. A Diesel. There's Equivocation, which is nice, but we'll want to... Oh. I think he's admitting that he's agenda flooded. Well, he probably shouldn't be admitting that to his opponent. I'll hold off installing the SMC so I don't have to trash it later. I want to get that out, but I'll draw one more card because I have some to spare. Egret's nice to have in hand. And we can get rid of Beth. I would love to get Blue Moose out here, so I get those passive credits going. So there's the breaking news. So now we're in boom range, but we do have the Citadel Sanctuary out, so we can protect against one boom. For those who don't know, this sync deck is going to be using 24-hour news, 24/7 news something, or no, it's just 24/7 news. Wow, I'm tired. To sacrifice this agenda or any agenda in order to give me 2 tags, which they can then boom me with. But I have a Citadel Sanctuary, so I can prevent all my meat damage. Okay, what am I going to do here? Let's draw. We're sitting okay. That's going to be useless to me. We'll draw once more before installing the SMC. Nope, installing the Blue Moose. Perfect. I do not need that, nor do I need this, because these probably never going to be installing a scoring remote. So the next 2 turns I'll get 6 credits, then 4 credits, plus whatever Beth gives me if he credits up a bit more. There's Jackson. really Jacksoning hard. So I need to put the pressure on now because he's Jacksoning really hard. Also means he's not running a Cache Refresh deck again, but that's okay. We'll play against harder decks. So first click here is just going to be running archives because we need to get Jackson out of the way. I've never seen a sync deck with News Team. They're only 44 card decks, so they really don't have the room for it, which is really the only nasty thing sync or NBN's ever going to put in archives. We'll Blue Moose something away, get rid of Mopus. And I'm sure that's just a billion agendas in there. Now we can install SMC in Mopus twice, and then that'll get us well into Inversificator range. What's in there? Observe and destroy IP block. And it'll get us out of hard-hitting range, well out of hard-hitting news range. Even if they like sweeps into hedge fund, we'll be okay. That's one of the best things about passive econ that you have with Blue Moose is that it helps you with the hard-hitting news and mid-seasons calculations. A bit more efficiency since it's clickless money. Double sweeps, which is nice. They only have 4 cards. That's only giving him 3 credits each. And now he's playing 24/7 just to tag me. He really doesn't have a lot of experience. He's just putting the tags on as a tax, I assume. Oh. Blue Moose, get rid of Beth. Okay. Oh, we draw into Inversificator, which is perfect. Let's just get money up. Now we're gonna have loads of money and we can start Maker's Eyeing. Now he's got to score another agenda in order to get 24/7 news back online. So he's more or less hosed here. He's used quite a bit of money. Now he's going to try to put a remote out, but I can get through any single ice. It doesn't matter what it is. Let's get... I'm not going to need that. And we drew another Maker's Eye, so we can get locked and loaded here. Yeah, let's install everything. So we'll install that. We don't need that anymore. Install that. 8 credits will get me through anything he can res. Yep. It's Maker's Eye, and then hopefully we can, if it's a Data Raven, we can clear the tag. It is indeed a Data Raven. So we'll match the strength. We'll break the subroutine. We will swap it with, that might be a toll booth, so I don't want that. We'll swap it there. Now we're going to see 4 cards. Reveal. Yes, you can draw an IP block. And Jackson. They've used 1. I really can't because of hard-hitting news. No, I gotta stay on. Hard-hitting news would still be annoying, but I should be able to recover fast enough. Yes, indeed, Maximilian Tice. Maximilian T. Ice. I guess that's how you pronounce it. I am going to waltz into your servers all day long. And I'm going to like doing it. Now I completely forgot what I saw. I know there was a pop-up window in there. Yeah, cursor and our hard-hitting news would be bad. It wouldn't be horrible. I'm going to start with 2 credits. It would only be horrible if they had, like, All Seeing Eye and Boom for the next turn, but I can easily get down... Oh, no, I can get down to one tag. Because I'm going to take 2 from Blue Moose, then I can Mopus, and then clear 3 tags. So it's not going to be horrible. I can work around it. Oh, thank you. Sweeps pop up IP block. So he played the sweeps. IP block isn't horrible. He's going to try to build a scoring remote. I'm going to keep taxing him with forcing him to res ice. But I probably want to take a turn just to credit up a bit. I don't really need cards. Let's just click Mopus for a turn and get through the cards I've already seen, and then we can do a cleaner Maker's Eye. IP block's gonna be 2 to get through. That's actually quite good. I'm gonna guess that's the IP block, which is fine. What do I care about the least? Assuming I levy, which I won't. I would love to draw the gauntlet, though. Although that Data Raven's annoying. Money up, hit him hard. That's a pop-up window. I will let him have it. Oh, although I need to make that a code gate so I can swap it through. Or it is a code gate. What am I doing? We'll swap it back around and break it. Or it doesn't matter if I break it or not. Break or pay. Yeah, you can have Jackson. Turnpike, that's annoying. Got the Boom. And a Data Raven. Well, I should have planned that better to draw at the beginning of the turn. Personal Touch is interesting. It's going to help me one against... It'll help me against enough things I might consider installing it with the modded. There's an agenda. Or Jackson. Because we just saw Jackson. And that's a lot of ice that they presumably cannot res all of it. But that's either going to be Jackson, in which case it's not worth paying through probably, or it's a quantum predictive model, in which case they might have a Data Raven in front of it. I don't think it's worth... Oh, or it could be the beta test. That beta test is worst case scenario there, but I'm going to choose to believe it's not that. I think I'm going to dig for the gauntlet now. So I can see 2 from hand each turn until I get more Maker's Eyes. It's not bad. Oh, hey, there it is. I could put Egret on that data. No, let's just do this. Let's swap it for that. And if I understand it right, I still get the gauntlet. Unless I've been misinterpreting. Ooh, boom in hand. There's both booms. Great. Oh, I completely forgot. I'm playing against Sync. The analysis earlier about tag cost is wrong. I would have still, best case scenario, if he had hard hitting newsed me at that one point, I would have been able to clear 2. So, not ideal. But I still have the Citadel Sanctuary out. Now there's another ice in front of HQ, which I kind of like. I think they're just agenda buried here. Which means... oh, there's hard hitting. But I can clear 3. Strength 6. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt there. Because they really should be doing 7 strength. Okay. Well, I'll pay it then. They're feeling a bit frustrated there. Get rid of those. Let's just credit up here. Although there's only 1 hard hitting in the bin. There's probably 2 in the deck. This seems to be a pretty standard sync deck. So I don't want to float 2 tags, because usually those decks have a single archive memories, at least the version I played for a while. So floating 2 tags with boom in the bin, assuming they can pay for it, is a bad idea. There's another remote. That's got to be an agenda, right? Is it Data Raven? Well, we'd run it if it's a Data Raven, we jack out, I think. Force them to score the QPM. Unless they're, unless they're playing the mind game and it's a, I don't know what it'd be. Well, they're at 2 credits, so what are they going to do? Not much. Let's see what it is. I'll pay through a pop-up window. They're going to take their credit? It's 15 minutes, okay. I'd like to have more Maker's Eye, but R&D's so low I can probably hit R&D just with the equivocation and be okay. Have some high value stuff. I'm just gonna leave it there. We'll steal the global food. Let's run it one more time, and then we'll mope us up just to make sure. Well, we're definitely out of hard hitting range, actually. Because they've got 3 sweeps, 1 hedge fund. That's a resistor, which is fine. Yeah, we'll get to 11. So we haven't seen an exchange of information. Now that both booms are in the bin, as long as we're safe on avoiding tags, we're okay there. Exchange is really the only thing to worry about. But I don't think they're going to be able to never advance a breaking news. So I think we're just kind of rolling in here. And he shuffles, so he shuffles R&D. And now he's going to discard 2, so we'll probably want to hit archives just to get the jacks out of the way, assuming their agenda's in there. And more importantly, get agendas back into R&D. Let's hit archives. And there were definitely agendas in there. So this deck's going to be running 3 breaking news. Oh, how did it go? I ran this sync deck for a while. So only 1 card in there. Both hard hitting. A macrophage. Interesting. Let's draw up, actually. Just to feed Blue Moose once more. I was hoping to draw Maker's Eye or same old thing to pull back more Maker's Eyes. Breaking news? Yes. So presumably that means he has 24/7 perhaps in hand. If he has 2 copies. Let's start hitting HQ. And this is where the gauntlet is just awesome. Because he's just going to let me through, or oops. That's annoying with a data raven, but we can clear those tags and be okay. Now, how does this work? It's the same piece of ice, so I still only broke 1, so the gauntlet's not great in this deck, but I think it's still the best option. There's GFI, closed accounts. That's annoying. We will we'll gamble, then clear the tags. There. Not that they really have anything to tag me with at this point, I just can't float any. Just thinking. Something there. What is that going to be? 3rd Jackson, maybe? If so, I want to run it. Blue Moose that. Now, do I swap? I kind of want to swap this. Yeah, let's do that. Let's swap it here. And now we can get an R&D for 2, which is real nice. That's a QPM. Great. Let's start hitting R&D. And there's the game. Yeah, he really had no choice, or he really had no chance thereafter. Quite, you know, after he blew the first 24/7, that was a chance to at least get a boom off and clear the Citadel, and then try to load up for a second one, which he was probably might have been able to pull off, but. He might have been able to do, but I mean, with Sync it's really hard, and Citadel Sanctuary makes it annoying. Sync's a tricky one. I do enjoy playing it quite a bit, but it is tricky. Oh, here's another cache refresh. Against the internet. Maybe this will actually be a real cache refresh deck. Oh, presumably it is. This doesn't look like a great opening. We don't have Mopus. We have Beth, and we have a modded with nothing to use it on. HP, we need money fast because they're going to be mooning. So let's mulligan that. That's more money, which is good, even though we still don't have Mopus or even an SMC. And, of course, we get 2 assets off the bat. Let's go 1. Let's expose that ice. I want to know what that ice is, but we'll draw. That is a Fairchild 3. Great. I say sarcastically, let's check out hand. Boom. That's a good way to start. And now we can get Cass and Beth out, because I assume he's going to be getting money from these. Yep, 2 Marylands. At least he didn't get moon counters off of it. But now we know that there's a Fairchild there, which is important. Setting up a rush here, perhaps? If he's not icing HQ, I'm going to assume that the GFI was the only piece of, the only agenda in hand. So, what would be in server 3? And probably another money asset like Adonis. And I need to get breakers out fast. There's a Maker's. I could do that turn 1. It's a pad. Ugh. I don't think I can keep up with the money. What I think I can do is tax them out. And there's an agenda. I can Maker's. I turn 1 and get in, but it takes the entire turn. I probably need to draw into stuff and let them have the beta test, whatever that is. Almost certainly a beta test. Yeah. There's Blue Moose and a Versificator. That's a good one. Yeah, install. Let's get that out while we can. Beta test early, that's annoying. The way I formulated, you don't have Vitruvius in Cache Refresh, which is somewhat annoying. And they did not fire the beta test, so definitely a rushing deck. Probably that. Definitely a rushing deck. But they can only have 4 3/2s. They gotta slow roll something, so I should be able to at least. I could probably draw still. Citadel, I'm not going to need that at all. And I won't need those. More blue moose food. They're going to have to slow roll something, basically. Unless they get, like, a triple biotic play or something. Because if you look at my Cache Refresh deck, really, you can do this for an 8 agenda setup. Have 3 beta tests, 3 GFIs, 1 field test or whatever 4-2 you want. That's the best one. And then one more 5-3. I choose this one because it's, to me, the best one. Or you can go with 3 field tests and be at 21 points, which may be what people are doing. I don't know. Orion seemed to think that was the best thing. Now we have an MCA austerity policy. Oh, is that implemented? Great. Well, I did not know that was implemented on Jinteki. That card is ridiculous. Because it's going to drain my clicks. But I get one back from Beth, so it doesn't hurt that much, I guess. This card is stupid good. And I can't get through all 3 pieces of ice. I could try to make him res it, though. What's my move here? Because I don't have Mopus. I am getting Blue Moose money. I do kind of want to tax, and I want to get rid of that austerity policy. So let's run it first click and see what happens. Okay, so I can get through the first 2 for 2. Worst case scenario is what? I don't even know what worst case scenario is. I can click through an EG. Okay. Make that a... Then I will swap. And see if they'll res the 3rd piece. Another ice wall. Cool. Well, that didn't really tax them. But I got a diesel here. Probably don't need both of those. He's really rushing if he's got ice walls in here. Now we only got 3 clicks, but I got money coming in. Really want that Mopus. There it is. And a stim hack. Fantastic. Okay, now we got money. Now we got Maker's Eyes. Now we can swap the Fairchild for an Ice Wall. Because he's going to get his MCA off. Which is hideous, but not much I can do until I find an egret. But I'd rather just have an Ice Wall and be able to run 3 Maker's Eyes. Robotic Labor, he's going to fast advance a GFI. Hopefully. Yes. So, that's a... Running HQ is probably a bad move. I've got loads of money. Let's hit R&D. Hey, Fairchild 3. Match. Break. 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 At 1 credit, so I'd probably actually swap it for that ice. Because again, going to be a tax on them. I got more money, so trashing that is good. Trashing that is even better. And that's another Fairchild they will not be able to res. Worst case, that's a 3rd ice wall. So let's draw. Hey, another same old thing. Yeah, I'm gonna get 6 next turn. Let's draw and install. 2 installations. Well, hopefully he doesn't have the next ABT there. I have to assume it's not. I probably want to run this server though. It's a launch campaign. Trash that. Let's hit another Maker's Eye. Can't res. So Fairchild or Eli 2 maybe. Trash more money. That's only well installed. Yeah. Screw it, let's trash it. Ice wall, great. And that's an Adonis, fantastic. He's gonna have money to res things now, but still a little tight. And I'm getting 6 then 4 then 2, and I have a Mopus out. I also have a stim hack which I can use. He's gonna trash that. He's gonna put an ice wall there, so I can only run once. That's fine. If it's a Fairchild, he can't res it right now. He's only at 5. Let's get rid of daily casts. I probably want the same old thing, a Maker's Eye. That's going to cost 2 clicks, so we'll run here. That's a work crew. I definitely want to get rid of that. Let's credit up just in case and hit another Maker's Eye. Because he wants to get... Is that a Fairchild in there then? Can't trash the pad. Friends, that's annoying. And a Sandberg. Interesting. I'm taxing him too much for Sandberg to be much of anything. And I'm assuming if he has work crew, then maybe he has a 4-2 in hand if he was trying to sneak that out. Wish I had a legwork in here. Because my gauntlet doesn't do much. If he had, I've basically seen every card coming out of our R&D except maybe one. So I've kept the lock on. So if he had an agenda and like a biotic to play on that work crew, he would have put it here instead of the Adonis. So everything's in R&D. Let's dig for Inversificator then. It's probably worth it just to dig. At least I'm feeding the moose. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And I'm never going to play the gauntlet here unless he starts icing HQ. Yeah, that's the pad. Now he has Sandberg, and he has enough money to lock it on, but he needs ice in front of it, and I should be able to get through any single piece of ice. So he puts something down. He puts 2 things down. One of them's Sandberg. The other one's probably money. But let's run them. I can... Oh, sweet Beth gave us equivocation. But let's start hitting these because I don't want him to sneak anything past. I do want to get rid of Sandberg. That's Maryland. Not worth it. I don't want him to know I have equivocation, and that's probably a Fairchild, so I'll want to swap the ice wall back in front of it. So I think we just Mopus up here. Get rid of... Careful planning. So he's not going to make a second remote server. He does have a friends in hand though, which is super annoying. Archive Memories gets Biotic. And now he plays friends. Now he's going to throw Sandberg there. Oh no, that's MCA. Which presumably means he has something in hand, but now he doesn't have anything in front of HQ. So do I start poking HQ? Probably. And I get 5 clicks out of this. Let's check archives. Because of course he doesn't have Jackson in this format. No, we have an Enigma. Okay. And buttloads of money. Let's just hit HQ a couple times, see what might be in there. We know there's a Biotic in there. There's an ice wall, okay. Yeah, we'll trash that. We know there's an ice wall and an Enigma. And we know there's a Biotic. I mean, if the 4th's a beta test, then good game. Of course, Beth really helps with the austerity policy. I don't know what's in 12. What would that be? That's Moon. Get rid of Moon. He doesn't have a friends, probably. So let's control the board a bit. And unless he does something crazy here, start running R&D again. Oh, and he gets a friends. Ah. Sandberg and Moon. Okay. Now we gotta start hitting hard, I think. 2-4, that puts us at 9, which will get through. What's a Fairchild gonna be? Strength. +3, so it's going to be 8 strength, so that'll cost 6, 9 to get through, so I could get through this with 2, yeah, R&D's dense, so we'll do 1, 2, Maker's Eye, and I'm assuming, yeah, it's a Fairchild. Oh wait, no. I want to move it. And that'll be much easier to get through in the future. Special report. Oh, okay, that's nice. You can draw that. Don't care. Hey, there's an agenda. Okay. Let's hope he didn't draw one in the meantime. Special report is going to shuffle things. So let's... I kind of hope he doesn't put any ice in front of HQ. Because I can now just spend a turn poking R&D once, hitting 2 cards with equivocation, and then just try to snipe something out of HQ on single accesses, because I need to keep doing that. Because, I mean, he's got the austerity policy, but if he never gets a... so he's got an upgrade in there. Okay. If he doesn't have an agenda in hand, it's useless to him. Get rid of... That's fine. I have a same old thing here. It's going to cost 4 to get through. So that's nice. So we can hit R&D once and HQ 3 times. And that's a friend's. That's annoying. And a roto turret's really annoying. Fairchild. Why isn't he icing up? He has all this big ice. Also, where are his agendas? Holy crap. R&D is like 1/3 agendas right now. So when's the field test? Or the launch test? It's a work crew. I just need to keep putting an R&D lock on him. Because he's going to have buttloads of money. But I can at least hit R&D and gain money. Hey, take the biotic. Here's a beta test. Did he draw? He installed, and he friends. Okay. Even with the austerity policy, though, that's going to be annoying. So we just got to credit up. I mean, I don't think he has anything in hand, but I think his ice wall is going to get really freaking expensive soon. So assuming he's doing the same setup I had with 8 agendas, we've got 3 left in there. Now he's got one in hand. Oh, right, Moons. Yeah, Moon does it. That does it. I needed to hit something. I really didn't have a chance there because of Moon. Why didn't I think of that? That was a bad play on my part, not realizing he's going to drop and has every click in the world to score something, since I know he has at least 1 biotic. I think he had 2 biotics in there. And then austerity policy. We just had some bad luck early on those Maker's Eyes. All of his agendas were buried, and that helped him out. Wonder if I can fit a legwork in here. Or do I not have the right pack? Oh, no, I can't fit a legwork because it's in the deluxe pack. And I need the creation and control pack for this one. But, yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. They say that you need 17 or 18 accesses on centrals to win a game. I think I had close to that. So, you know. I've got time for one more game here. Let's see if anyone requested any decks. No deck requests. Wants to be something fun to play. I could play my HB, which is a bit different than his. His was much more rushy. Well, I was not assuming I could do MCA austerity policy. That card changes everything. That card's absolutely insane. What he was playing there is probably the corp deck to beat, because MCA is nuts in the Cache Refresh, and probably in competitive too, because Moon HB was already probably the strongest corporation deck. I could play Sync. What did I put in here? 24/7. Yeah, let's play Sync with biased reporting for our last game. See if we can kill some runners. Always fun killing some runners. Oops. Dang it. I can't type. I have my mic in front of my keyboard, so it gets annoying to type. Alright, one more game. Someone just texted me. Who is it? Oh yeah, we're recording the podcast after this, so someone needs, or Matt needs to write over. Let's do cache. Streaming. And let's play some Sync. Again, like I said, I played in competitive a pretty normal Sync deck, like kind of like the one we saw earlier, but didn't really have a lot of success with it. Aaron Marone's just nuts, and really puts a damper on things, even with MCA, or what am I thinking? Yeah, MCA Informant. And I found it was a bit too luck dependent to find the breaking newses fast enough. Although I wonder if a new variant with that, what's that draw card? What's the one I'm thinking of? Yeah, Special Report. I wonder if some variant with Special Report would be a bit more consistent in that sense. The key here is definitely trying to find a breaking news, because we only have 2 of them. In the meantime, we have a lot of, your basic Sync stuff of defensive agendas, like GFI. 15 minutes, we can just shuffle back in. We can throw quantum predictive models behind data ravens. I fought a lot in my own head over whether or not to put 3 data ravens in 1 turnpike or 2 and 2. I end up with 2 and 2 just because I like how taxing turnpike is. It's half the cost for me, and I don't have a ton of money in this deck, and it's moderately taxing. So it's 2 to res, and worst case scenario 2 credits off of them. So if they have Mimic or Nanotic, it's going to be 2 credits. If they have MK Ultra, it's even better for me. So it's a really good taxing piece of ice, which is what I need. Of course, we also have Archangel, which is fantastic. And then since we don't have pop-up window and cache refresh, I threw in Authenticator, which is nice. It's efficient. Plus, I can throw that in front of quantum predictive models early in the game, and that's nice. Oh, we got Noam Chomsky. Where am I streaming to, he asks. Let him know what my stream is. He's got noise. That's fun. Basically, I don't have breaking news, so I'm going to be mulliganing this. No good luck. I think this is the guy who said he was a beginner before. Hopefully he doesn't stream snipe me. But, oh well. Well, this is a hand. We have no ice. We have a biased reporting, which is not good in the early game, and 4 things I don't want him to access. So, not a good start. But a breaking news, so I'll just score it. Because now I need to rush hard. And he's got noise, which is going to be troublesome because there's certain cards I really want to have not randomly trashed into archives. Noise is actually a really annoying. Noise and any kind of Alice Merchant Maw deck is just super annoying with Sync because you always end up losing cards you really want to have. Which I guess is the sign of a good deck, though, in that every single card in the deck is one you want to have. So I guess you can't be complaining too much. But at least I got a breaking news scored, so hopefully I can draw some ice. It is a pretty low ratio of ice. It's a 44 card deck, and we got 11 ice. So 1 in every 4 cards is ice, which usually means we can get one on the server we need most, which in this case would have been HQ. I would love to have a resistor up there, but hopefully we'll draw into it. Oh, he's really going core set. He's got a Crypsis in here. And of course he trashes a piece of ice. I wish I had IP block in the deck. In my other sync deck I do, but I figure in a Cache Refresh meta, there's probably not going to be a lot of AIs. But wasn't expecting Crypsis. Ice, no. Well, we can try a bias reporting, but that's best case scenario only going to get us 2 credits, so not really. That is what we needed. Let's keep probably just a single boom. And probably don't need IPO, actually. Let's just keep 1 boom. And we got a 15 minutes, which is great. So now I can protect something. Let's protect... Let's protect HQ, because there's 2 cards I don't want him to steal. So 15 minutes is really good because once I score that, I then can... all I need is 4 credits and 24/7 news, and I win the game. Because I can 24/7 news away the 15 minutes to do the breaking news score effect, which is giving him 2 tags, and I already have the boom in hand. So we are suddenly back in play. The special report is a really good card, actually, especially in this format where there's no Jackson. He's throwing a virus counter. The thing about Crypsis is that it's very slow, which is to my benefit. I don't want to really discard anything, so I'll put this on R&D. And then next turn, if he doesn't run here, I can credit hedge IPO, which will get me back in business in terms of money. Probably won't need that much more money after that. Whoops. Bumped my mic. Again, sorry if you're hearing the TV or something in the background. I don't live all by myself in a padded room like some streamers seem to, so there are actually other people here living their life. I'm not going to tell them to shut up because I'm streaming. Okay, he's got only one counter on Crypsis. That's going to be really annoying for him. Yeah, he's definitely playing core set only. Yeah, let's res it. That's a bigger tax on him than it is for me, even though it takes me out of hedge fund range. So he's either going to get through, pay a bunch of money for it, pay, what, a token and 3 for it, which isn't bad. It give me $2, so give me my money back. Or he's going to take a tag, which is great, because that's a huge tax on him. Or he's just going to give me $2 back and end the run. So, no really great options for him. If I were him, I would probably just give me the money and come back some other time. This is not worth a single access. Even if he knew what I had in hand, like, you have a 2 out of 5 chance of getting a decent pool. He's going to bypass and take the tag. Okay. Well, that'll cost 3 to remove, which is nice. And he gets nothing. Great. Of course, I don't get my money either, so that's annoying. Ooh, that's a QPM. Let's see if we can get him to score that for us. Yeah, let's be tricky on the core set guy, because I'm feeling mean. Apologies if you watch this later, Noam Chomsky with zeros. I don't actually dislike you or anything. I just like doing tricky plays sometimes. One time I almost got the ultimate tricky playoff where I was like 1 draw away or 1 turn away from being able to ASOPs a film critic that was hosting a 3-point agenda in order to put it into archives so I can then mad dash into archives and steal it. Which is like a holy grail of Netrunner, because it's just a hilarious play to trash your own thing. Oh, he gets boom. You are annoying, but I have an archive memory, so if he keeps floating a tag, he's in trouble. Spends 1, he's going to spend all his money. Yep, okay. He throws away the tag. We're back at 4 credits. I'll let him have that. I probably want to be safe and get money up, so I'm within archive memories boom range. Of course, now I need to find the second boom. Well, if I'm going to do the 24/7 play, I need to find 24/7. I can't 24/7 archive memories into boom. If he steals an agenda, I can't 24/7 into exchange of information. If he keeps running low on money like this, I can then exchange. Yeah, I can exchange a breaking news to have him float the tags to set up an archive memory boom turn the next turn. But he's just slow rolling it now, so why not? Let's score this. If he's too cautious, I could just score out. No, he left the game. Uh-oh. Did he disconnect? Well, it's 10 o'clock anyway. That's how the sync deck works. We're doing pretty well on it. We had 2 decent pieces of ice here. One that's going to tax him 3 and a click, basically, to bypass, or you know, some money if he's going to use Crypsis on it and it gains me money. I really like that piece of ice, actually. That's really good. And Turnpikes, as we said before, is a very taxing piece of ice. So that was good. What do we have coming up on the deck? There's our boom coming up, so that sets us up really well. No 24/7 until here, but I probably would have been able to get him there, especially with another QPM to play around with, and more money and resistors. So the deck would have worked out really well here in this situation. For those who stuck around, thank you for listening to or watching this stream. I will be playing digital board games / card games every Monday night from 8 until 10 Eastern time, except for a couple weeks from now. I'm going out of town into California. When is that? In 2 weeks, so I will not be here on Labor Day, but because I'll be out of town. But pretty much every other Monday I'll be playing this. If you have any things you want me to play, if you like the Netrunner, I love to hear feedback on this, and let me know what you think. Some other games I've been considering are Twilight Struggle. I think would be fun. Some point on here we're going to get Kyle, my friend, who I'm actually going to visit on that vacation and play in a Cache Refresh tournament. We'll get to play some games against him, which will be very fun. I kind of got him into Netrunner a bit, and now he messaged me the other day and was like, yeah, I'm going deep into the rabbit hole here. So that's really fun. So I think he's gobbling up cards, which is really a good time to do it right now because rotation is happening within the next couple of months. They announced it's going to happen before Worlds. So right now, basically, if you're assuming rotation, this is the smallest card pool Netrunner will have, basically, because there's 2 entire cycles that are not going to be part of the card pool anymore, and so everyone's going to be learning pretty much a fresh meta with all these really critical cards suddenly not part of the game. We'll see how it goes. I have some concerns about it. Maybe I'll talk about that on a different podcast. But if you are interested in Netrunner at all, it's a brilliant game. As you can see, you can practice here on Jinteki, which is a pretty good, it's a free in-browser application to play Netrunner, and it works really well. So props to, I forget the name of the guy who created Jinteki.net, but he's awesome for making it because it's such a great resource to practice decks. But if you're interested in Netrunner, I have written a review on this on thethoughtfulgamer.com, which is my main website where I write out reviews and do all kinds of board game stuff. And there I explain in that review why I think it's such a brilliant game. Yeah, give me feedback of how you like this stream. Maybe next time, it depends. I think maybe next time if Kyle's able to play some Netrunner with me, we'll do that. If not, maybe I'll do Twilight Struggle, which is my favorite game, and I haven't played the digital version in a long time, and I'm really rusty on it, so I'd like to get back to playing that. There's another game. Actually, let's pull up my Steam library here. There's another game here, Age of Rivals, which is kind of like Seven Wonders, but it's a 2-player game, and more complex than Seven Wonders, and I find that very interesting. What other card-like games? Maybe we'll check out, I know there's a bunch of apps coming out for different games. I know they announced at Gen Con the Through the Ages app, which is another great game. I know they're working on Command and Colors Ancients as on Steam, a digital version. So I'm gonna be checking out games like that. If you have any ideas or suggestions, or even if you want to play against me on stream, let me know. I'll also be streaming every Thursday from 3 to 5 Eastern time on whatever I want. For the near future, it's probably going to be Battlegrounds, because it's just such a fun game, and I'm enjoying it immensely. So check me out there, and don't forget to follow or subscribe depending on if you're on Twitch or YouTube, and I'll see you on Thursday.